In this video we will review some facts about Catholics eating fish, but before we start, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for future updates. One of the most characteristic Roman Catholic rituals is a fondness for eating fish on Fridays, particularly during Lent. Devout Roman Catholics have traditionally abstained from eating meat on all Fridays of the year. However, prohibitions have softened in recent decades, and most Catholics now just abstain from meat on Ash Wednesday and all Fridays during Lent. Have you ever pondered why Catholics have this custom, or how and why it came to be? The benefits of eating fish only on Fridays. Lent, the period between Ash Wednesday and Maundy Thursday, has traditionally been a time for Christians to reflect on Jesus' life and works. According to the Gospels, Friday has a unique significance because it was on a Friday that Jesus was crucified. As a result, Friday would be a day of introspection for people to ask forgiveness for their misdeeds. Meat, particularly red meat, was regarded a delicacy and a joy for most of history. Because Lent was a time for Christians to repent, not eating meat on Fridays became a kind of personal sacrifice. Furthermore, believers believed that refraining from meat would help them maintain self-control. As a result, a person's spiritual growth may improve. How did Catholics begin to eat fish? According to a 2012 Nepalese Rupees report, fish eating among Catholics may have had practical as well as theological reasons. Many people had a ritual tie to the ingestion of fish prior to the establishment of Christianity. Indeed, as meat-free days grew more prevalent, demand for fish increased. Before cod became increasingly popular in Europe, herring was the major source of fish meat. Surprisingly, at one point, fish consumption became political. Henry VIII of England severed the local church from Rome during his reign. Then he founded what is now known as Anglicanism. Catholicism gained a bad reputation in Britain early on. The hostility got so intense that eating fish became an act of popistism, or showing fealty to the Pope. As a result, fish consumption in the United Kingdom dropped to the point where economic concerns arose. Due to declining demand for fish and the economic troubles of the area's fishermen, Henry's successor, Edward VI, reinstated specific fasting days, in part to stimulate fish consumption. On Fridays, American Catholics were required not to consume red meat. In 1966, the rules were eased, and Catholics began to abstain eating meat on Fridays during Lent. They were later advised to abstain from meat on Ash Wednesday. Instead of abstaining from meat on all Fridays of the year, Catholics were encouraged to show penance in other ways, such as offering money to the poor. Some American bishops have expressed a renewed desire to return to year-round meat abstinence in recent years. Interesting facts about Catholics eating fish. In certain largely Catholic countries, not eating meat on Fridays has resulted in unusual dietary practices. In the Philippines, for example, it is typical for restaurants to provide or advertise fish-based or non-meat menu items during Lent. Jollibee's tuna pie is perhaps the most well-known example. The pie was previously only available during Lent, but due to its popularity, it is now available all year. In the 1960s, McDonald's, a nascent burger franchise growing across the United States, noticed that profits dropped on Fridays. Such declines were especially noticeable in places with a high Catholic population. Ray Kroc, the company's then CEO, proposed the hula burger, which featured a slice of pineapple sandwiched between two buns. Meanwhile, in Cincinnati, Ohio, Lou Groen, a McDonald's franchisee, devised a sandwich consisting of a fish fillet sandwiched between two buns. McDonald's hosted a competition for both burgers on Good Friday 1962. Some restaurants would serve the two items concurrently, with the winner becoming a permanent menu item. The hula burger was easily outsold by the fish fillet sandwich. Following that, the hula burger was removed off McDonald's menu. Whereas the fish fillet sandwich, now known as the filet-o-fish, has survived and is popular among both Catholics and non-Catholics. Should you limit your meat consumption on Fridays? The debate now is whether you should avoid eating meat on Fridays. Consider it a personal preference. It is entirely up to you whether you are a Christian, Catholic, or not. However, it may be worthwhile to follow if you want to deepen your religion. Making a tiny sacrifice, even once a week, can awaken you to the world's problems and make you understand how fortunate you are as a person. It can help you appreciate and be thankful for what you have now. To summarize, abstaining from meat on Fridays has a long history among Catholics, and while it is no longer as strictly enforced as it once was, it remains one of the most distinctive Catholic customs today. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our channel, since we will be covering a lot of similar content in the future. Till next time, stay curious.